Hello everybody and welcome back. Here we are again, reviewing what we've done. Not too many changes this week. Addition of Zealous Persecution and Duress. Reason we're playing Duress over Inquisition, excuse me. Reason we're playing Duress over Inquisition is because the decks that we would be playing Inquisition against, the combo-based decks, more control-based decks, it's not the creatures that we're worried about typically, it's the spells. Um, Show and tell decks, we want the sneak attacks first off, which you can't get because a show and tell, they may get the show and tell the creature into play, and we may have to fight that creature, but we can deal with that creature typically. And if we're getting to put something into play, we have a pretty good chance of putting something threatening to them into play. Um, that being said, sometimes they just have too much redundancy, and you do want the creature, but outside of Thoughtseize at 1 mana, we don't get our selection of just any non-land card. So we're kind of stuck in that sense. And there are more spells that I'd like to get rid of from people's hands than anything. And they're starting to cost more, so hence the duress. We've also added the Zealous Persecutions. There's a lot of elves online. The deck is relatively cheap. Additionally, it just did very well at the Star City Detroit, and it's a card that has utility in a lot of different places, like Maverick and Merfolk, less so Merfolk, but Goblins, which is for some reason causing an issue. They just seem to top deck the crap out of me. Yeah, I think I've been top decked like 5 times now since that last recording. Um, in the main, the only thing that we changed, I believe this was I don't know if it was a change made last time or this time, but we cut the Inquisition, the Singleton Inquisition for the Thoughtseize, and the reason that was because there are a lot of spells now that are higher costed that we want to get rid of, and we're just taking brainstorms and stuff like that just is buying us time to be able to deal with that spell, but that's not a guarantee that we're going to be able to deal with the spell. So the only other notable changes that I'm thinking of right now are cutting Thalia, actually. She's very good against the different combo decks, but those were the older combo decks like Test and Ant, Belcher. And to be honest with you, unless we're on the play with a Mox, she's not very good against Belcher. They're kind of first turn or bust, at least against us, because they know we don't have a counterspell. Thinking of going back to Canonist, still decently strong against those combo decks. I mean, they can't have an instant filter all the time, but they can get to 2 mana most of the time. So, like, it becomes a choice of, do we want to tax their spells or do we want to try and limit them to how many they can play? And in this case, I think that because of Elves and Food Chain, actually, which is becoming a real deck. And I know I say that with yeah. Yeah, that should show my feelings on Food Chain there. It is actually a real deck. It functions occasionally. It functions pretty well. Luckily, I get the chance to practice with one of the guys who's kind of steamrolling that front, so I get to find out what's going on and adjust to make changes accordingly to my play to kind of learn what I should be doing. That being said, there haven't been any other changes. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and we'll be back for round 1.